First grade, happy Friday. Today is April 17th, and it is Virtual Field Trip Friday. So we got a whole lot planned today. There's no IXL, there's no RAS kids. Your only thing today is the virtual field trip. So what you're gonna do today is go to Boston, which is in Massachusetts, and I'll show you on a map here in just a second. But you're gonna go to a children's museum, okay? And then you're gonna compare it to what it was like going to the children's museum here in Minneapolis. So without further ado, let's take a look at where we're going today. Google Earth. And so if you search Google Earth while you're at home, you can come and check out the whole globe. So this is our planet Earth, and I'm going to show you where we are. So we're going to come over here to North America, which is right here. And we're pretty small, so I got to zoom in. Let's see a little bit further. Does anyone see the United States? That's right, it's right here in the middle. So we have the United States here. Now we get closer. Now does anybody see Minnesota? That's right. We are right here in Minnesota. Now the museum that you're going to is all the way over here in Massachusetts. So we're going to go to Massachusetts, which is a state on the East Coast, which is a coast is a line of land near the water. So we're going to keep going over here by Massachusetts. You can see the outline of the state right here. Okay, kind of has this cape right here. Now, does anybody see Boston? What sound does Boston start with? A B. So I see a word with a B here, and if I sound out the letters, B, A, S, T, N, Boston. So this is where we're going. This is the city of Boston, and if you get in closer, you can even see some of the buildings. And in fact, I'm going to come over here and I'm going to search the Boston Children's Museum. And it's going to pull us up right next to it. So you can see we're right on the water. We're on the river here, this inlet. And the Boston Children's Museum is right here. So we're kind of taking us on an outward view. So let's zoom in just a little bit to get a little bit closer. And this is it. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my little guy and I'm going to put him right here. And what that's going to do is it's going to bring me right up to the Boston Children's Museum. So this is the front door, and this is where I'll leave you before you start exploring. But we'll take a quick look around. There's the family, and the water, the city of Boston. So if you've ever wondered what the city of Boston looks like, that's what it looks like. This is outside. I don't know what that is. It looks kind of like an ice cream shop here. But here it is, the Boston Children's Museum. And so I'm going to show you how we're going to go inside in just a minute. But this is a cool thing to use at home, Google Earth, and you can see anywhere on the planet. You can see where you live, you can see where the school is, you can see different cities like New York and Los Angeles. So feel free to explore this with your parents' help and permission. But I'm going to show you inside the Boston Children's Museum. You need to go to activities. Okay, when you go to activities in Seesaw, you're going to see the virtual field trip Boston Children's Museum. Now it hasn't been released yet because I'm recording this beforehand, but it's going to release right at 10 on April 17th. So right after you watch this video, you can be able to click on it. So you're going to bring up something like this. Okay, now the first thing you can do is you can listen to the instructions. Okay, and that will read you these from my voice. But the first thing you're going to do is you're going to click on the Boston Children's Museum. Okay, and that's going to bring you to the Boston Children's Museum in a direct link. Now what's really cool about this is, so we just went in the front door, right? We're going to go take a look. See, we were just out there on Google Earth, and now we're in here. So we're going to come up here. We're going to make sure we go in line a little bit. We get our ticket. Look, oh, they have birthday parties. So if you ever live in Boston, you could have your birthday party at the museum. So it looks like we have the New Balance Center straight ahead, the gift shop over there, and I'm going to kind of click these little arrows to see, oh, what do we have here? This looks like a jungle gym sort of thing. Does the Minneapolis Children's Museum have anything like that? Maybe not exactly, but they have a jungle gym. Yeah, up with our stairs. Now we're over here. I'm going to go to what looks like is called the Science Playground. Alright, let's check this out. So we come in here, and I kind of want to see what's over in this room. So if I'm looking over here, it looks like they have a swirly thing, just like they did in the Children's Museum that we saw. So that's a similarity. And they also have ramps. I think the Children's Museum had ramps. And then I come over here, and this, I don't know, this kind of looks like a bubble station. I don't know, what do you guys think? I'm going to come over here. So it looks like we got some blow dryers back there. Okay. Now this is just one floor. This is just the first floor, so feel free to explore that. Then they have the second floor, and you can do the same thing in there. Look around in here. Okay. There's even a third floor. Okay. So feel free to explore. There's a bunch in here. There's a bunch to look at. You just have to click around and explore. When you're done, you're going to go back to your Seesaw app. And after you've explored, you're going to click Add Response. You're going to go ahead and find your name. So I'm just going to click Sample Student so you can see my example. And what I have here is a Venn diagram. Okay, so I have two circles that overlap, right? They come into each other. So on this side, what you're going to do is you're going to write one thing that only the Boston Museum has. And over here in this circle, you're going to write something that only the Minneapolis Museum has. And then in the middle here, you're going to write something that they have in common, or that they have the same. So you can do that either with a pencil, you can either do that with a text box, oops. You can do it with a marker. Try to not use yellow because it's harder to see. But you can write it in here. So if I was going to write something, first off I want to erase this, that doesn't look very good. I can write, well, I know that I saw a jungle gym, and Minneapolis kind of has a jungle gym, so I'm going to write I hear an M sound, and then I add an E, jungle, J. It sounds like a J, but it's our lovely soft G, jungle gym. Now I could write something over here that I remember only Minneapolis having, and over here something that Boston only had. So when you write, make sure you click record too, so that you can hear your voice recording. So I want you to tell me about the jungle gym. So you saw a jungle gym that both had in common. Minneapolis had blah blah blah. Boston had blah blah blah. Okay, and then once you're all done, you can hit pause, and then you hit the check mark up here to submit it. You can watch it over just to make sure it works. I have to double check it.
I want you to tell me about the jungle gym.
You can hear me check it over. I hit the check mark there, and then it has been submitted. And that's all you have to do for the virtual. Alright, first graders, before I let you off to go exploring, I just want to remind you, make sure you add your response and submit it on Seesaw. And lastly, your riddle of the day is, if you give me food, I will live, but give me water and I will die. What am I? I'll say it one more time. Give me food and I will live, but give me water and I will die. What am I? Have a great Friday. Enjoy your field trip. Please let us know if you have any questions, and we're excited to see what you find in the Boston Children's Museum. Bye-bye.